concentrating on the conditional statement, how we can use it, and what are the different ways to write the basic conditional statement. So that you will find under the lecture number 6, which is this directory 6, where I have explained this if else, if else if. Okay. So if we talk about the normal syntax, so this is very simple. What you just need to do, you just need to put the conditional statement here with the if, then square brackets, then your condition, and then semicolon, and then and whatever the command or statement you want to write in this if block, you just need to write and end with fi. So if is ending with fi. So if you see this example, so this is the simplest example you can try by yourself. That if condition, if age equals to 18, right? If $age is greater than equal to. So yesterday I have explained you when you are comparing the numeric values. So you need to use certain uh, options like GE for greater than equals to, LT for less than, LE less than equals to, and so on, EQ for equals to. So I'm saying if the age is greater than equals to 18, then equal you are adult. So if you want the else statement also, so you, again, if part is same, you just need to put else and then fi to close. Like if the age is 16, if the $age is greater than equals to 18, then uh, if it is greater than equals to 18, right, then we need to print a message that you are adult. Otherwise, it will just print a message which is you are a minor. And if else if there are multiple conditions to compare. So for example, if this condition is true, then perform this action. If this condition is true, then this. If all the conditions are false, then else statement is to be executed. For example, here you can see score equals to 75. If the score is greater than equals to 90, then print grade A. Else if the score is greater than equals to 75, means if it is less than 90 and greater than equals to 75, then grade B, else grade C. Right? So these are some statements you need to take care about the spaces. So if you are writing without space, that is a problem. If you put $age without space minus GT 18, so this is an error. You need to give a space. These are the operators which we can use along with the numbers like equals to, not equals to, less than equals to, greater than, and greater than equals to, right? Um, if you want to do a comparison between the string values, then you are basically using equals to, uh, not equals to, right? Like this. You can also use the operators, which are the logical operators, like minus A for and, minus O for or. So, means I will just show you one example by executing this. So I will just copy this script as it is. So I will go to my folder and I will say uh, uh, basic dot sh. Okay. I'm using VI editor, nano editor, whatever you think you want to use, you can use it. Okay. I will save this. Now I will give the full permission for now. Chmod 777 and to my basic dot sh file. Now I will say dot slash and basic dot sh file. So you can see the score is 75, which is grade B. Right. So this way we can use if else, if else if. Now in this conditional statement, as I mentioned, that you can use the square brackets and then semicolon, and then you can use this. Then you can use this semicolon. Then after echo and the statement. Right? Now consider that I want to use the sum operator, which is AND operator or operator. So we can use that also. For example, I'm declaring a variable which is say num, and num equals to 10. Now, if I put a condition that if value of num is greater than minus gt, say some value, say greater than 10, and the value of variable num is less than 15 or 20, right? So I'll put it here greater than equals to. So if it is like this, then semicolon, and then I want to print. So here I'm showing the AND operator, right? So I just want to write here the echo statement, and I'll say number is in between or between 10 to 20. Okay. Now to close this if block, we need to use fi, right? So now if I save this and if I execute this, so you can see the number is between, or you can say because 10 is not between, consider between, if I give the value as say 11, and instead of greater than equals to, I'm saying greater than, I'm saying number is between number, and in the bracket, I'll just put dollar, um, which is num is in between 10 to 20. Okay. Now, if you want to do a comparison of string value, for example, if I put a name here, say Praveen, I want to compare this value, right? So I'll say if, then square bracket, within the bracket, you can put the value of string. So how you can put a value? Let me just show you first like this, name and equals to, and if I say Praveen, I'm hard coding the thing. Okay, you can use the read statement to read the value, right? And like semicolon, and then echo hello and dollar name. So no, that right. So if I save this, and if I execute this, so see it is saying hello, uh, hello Praveen, right? Because that condition is matched. Here, if I want to put double quotes, now let me save this. Now if I execute it, see this is executed in the same way. So you can put double quotes or you can put the value directly, right? So this way you can do a string comparison. Now, yesterday when we were talking about the, uh, so here I'll just put, so to put a comment, you need to put hash. So here the logical and operator is used with if condition. And here we are doing the string comparison. We are doing the string comparison. Now, let us talk about that yesterday when we were using certain statements, which is uh, two square brackets and some value, right? So that we use for string and integer comparison. As we have seen here, we use this square brackets, right? So we can use it for the string or integer comparison. So let us see that example also. So for example, I have a variable called name, and name I'm giving RHEL. So I'm creating a variable called name, and I'm using RHEL. Now I can use double square brackets to compare this. So if I say if, and I will put two these brackets, and if I say if the name is equals to, and you can use equals to or you can use equals to. If the name is RHEL, then um, then something I'll say echo OS is RHEL. So now here I'm using two square brackets. I can use double equals to also for the comparison. So this is the another way to specify the uh, or writing the if condition syntax. So let me save this and let me execute this. So you can see OS is RHEL. Same way, if you want to do a comparison of integer, that also you can use along with this square brackets. So we'll see the integer comparison. So with these two brackets. So, for example, if I have some variables, say a is equals to 5, b is equals to 10, and now if I say if two brackets, and I can use $a, right, is less than $b. So you can use single bracket or you can use the double bracket in this case, and $b, right? So if you are using two brackets, it's basically giving you some grouping, or like a less than b, and you want to use. So then you can use these two square brackets. Now semicolon, and then I'll say equal $a is less than $b. Okay. So that way also we can use our script. Right? 5 is less than 10. Now you want to check whether a particular file exists or not. So for example, we are having a file ls minus l. Okay, grep is a file. So I want to check whether this file exists or not. So in that case, also we can use these brackets. So if I go here and if I want to check uh, file exists or not. So what I will do, if condition, and I can use single bracket or double brackets, and I can use -f for file comparison. And if I say uh, this file, which is grep file, actually grep is a command. Mhm. It's better to avoid the commands. So I will check some other file, say etc password file. Okay, this is the file where your username and everything exists. Username, their other properties related to the user under etc password. So that exists in all the systems of Linux. So here, if I say echo file exists, okay. So now if I now if I save this, so now if I execute this, so see file exists because that file exists. So this is the you know conditional statement how you can use with the square bracket. Yesterday we have seen some arithmetic evaluation where we have used the parenthesis. So that works for integer only. So now next one is uh, so we will see the usage of this parenthesis. So this is for arithmetic evaluation. Means you can use the square brackets or you can use this one. So it is used for integer only. Means actually it gives you a feel that when you are writing a code in C and C++, right? So, so let us check that. You need not to put the dollar symbol. For example, if I have a variable a is equals to 10, b equals to say 5, right? And if I write a condition, if now I will use bracket or two bracket for grouping a is greater than b, right? So we need to give a space. So now I'm not using GT, I'm using greater than symbol. So if you want to use, then you can use this parenthesis. Then echo I'll say bracket A is greater than B. Okay. I'll simply write this and F5. Now, let me save this. Now you can see it is showing A. So that conditional statement with that syntax is also worked. So we are having this parenthesis and we are using this. We will discuss about loop maybe in the next lecture. So there also you can use these conditional statement for I equals to 1, I less than equals to 5, I plus plus. So there also you can use it. Right. Now, um, next one is that, so now we have discussed about this if else, the comparison also. Okay. Now, sometimes you will see that there is uh, there is no bracket at all. Sometimes there is no bracket at all in the if condition. So in that case, you are writing if and a command. Okay? So that command is basically that command is basically returning some status like true or false, right? So in that case, you can simply write if and then command, right? So, uh, and you can simply just write the command. You need not to put square brackets or the parentheses. Okay. So let us uh, let us take some example. Now I'm taking some advanced examples now. So these examples are related to the admin level. Means if you are the administrator and you want to perform certain activities and you want to use the conditional statement. For example, there is a command systemctl status and your service name. So this command is basically um, systemctl command is basically used to tell you about the services. Like I am checking the status, I want to start the service, I want to stop the service. Okay. So here it will check the service. So say an example, if I say systemctl and status SSHD. So now it gives me, yes, this service is active and this service is in the running state, right? So, but I want to return whether it is active or not. So in that case, again, you can use the systemctl and you can say is active and your SSHD. So see, it returns a value which is uh, active. Okay. So active means that uh, active means it is in the running state. So if you want to if you want to check that this particular service is in the running state or not, on the basis of that, you want to take the decision, then what you can do, you can you can use this command. But this is a command. This is not a string value comparison, and uh, this is not a string value comparison, or it is not a not something which is related to uh, related to numeric values or other comparison, right? So what we are doing here, we are just returning whether it is active or not. One, thank you. So now, if I run this, right? So it is saying it is in the running state, right? So now, see, you are the system administrator, and your your job is that to check that if the service is not in the running state, then you need to start it. Okay. So I will see, we'll install one service. So I will say yum install and httpt, which is the Apache service, -1. So it will install my httpt service. Okay. Now, if I say systemctl status of httpt, so you can see it is in the running state. Let me stop this service. So I will say systemctl and stop httpt. So I'm stopping this service. So now if I say the status, so currently it is in the inactive state. So what I want to do, I want to run my the script, and I will just change the variable name, which is HTTPD, right? So if it is not in the running state, it should return that HTTPD is not running. Okay. Now let me run this. See, it is not running. So I want, if it is not running, then start it. Okay. So what I will do here, I will say if it is not running, so you can say echo um, starting the service. Now, after that, I will just run the command systemctl and start HTTP. Okay. It will start the HTTPD service. So let us save this, and now let us run. So starting the service is started. Now if I run this command, this script again, see, now it is in the running state. Even though if you check the systemctl status and HTTPD, so you can see it is in the running state. So that way you can basically start your that way you can start your service, or you want to perform any action. So main purpose is not related to the service. Main purpose is to show you that how you can run the if condition without square brackets, now without parenthesis, because it is a command. So you can run any command. Okay. So you can run any command to to put it here without those brackets. If you are having variables comparison, then put the square brackets. If not, then probably you can use this. We'll see some more examples. You know the ping command. So ping command is basically to ping to a particular system. Now, I want to check whether I have a internet or network connectivity or not, or internet connectivity or not. So I will ping to, this is the Google server 8.8.8. Okay. So I'm getting response. So it means the network is up. If I'm unable to connect to that particular IP address, then means I don't have the network connectivity. Okay. This is again system administrative level example. So I will create a new file. I'll say network.sh. Now it is a good practice. You use shebang. What is shebang? SHEBANG. On the top, it's better you need to tell to your executor that use this particular binary to execute my code. So for example, if I say that use bash shell for executing, by default we are in the bash shell, so that's why I was not writing. But consider you are executing your shell script into a different environment, and you have bash also on that environment, and you need to tell that this script is to be executed by the bash shell. So in that case, you use this shebang, where you are mentioning that under bin, this is my bash binary, which is to be used to execute this program. Okay. So now I'll use a variable called host, and I'm giving, some value. This is IP address. Okay. So I'm using Google's IP address. Now, um, if I use um, so if I use the ping command, so ping command will return me the output, but I need to check that whether this a command which I'm using, ping command, whether with this I'm able to connect to my uh, whether I'm able to connect to my Google server or not. So there are some conditions you can use or some options you can use, which is you can tell that how many packets you want to send, right? And uh, and how many packets you want to send, and after that, what you want to do, where you want to put the output. So you don't want to put the output anywhere. So I just want that whenever there is a response, a ping response, so it should return uh, an exit status. So what is exit status? Let me just show you one more thing here. For example, I'm running a command echo hello world. Okay. So the command get executed successfully. Now, if I say dollar and question mark, so this returns that my previous command get executed successfully or not. Okay, so it returns zero. I did not put echo, that's why. So it returns zero, right? In the previous case. Now, in this case, this command was not executed successfully. So that is why it is returning non-zero value. So if your previous command is executed successfully, then it returns zero. So same way, if I say ping and I want to send two packets, right, to my host, which is 8.8.8.8. So see, I'm getting some response. Two packets I have sent, not unlimited packets. So here on the top, you have seen it was keep sending. Now I want whatever I'm sending. So means it should be redirect to some, uh, if there is an error or there is something, right? It go into the black hole. What is black hole? Means you are having a uh, it directory or under dev, which is under device, there is something called null, right? So then it will go into uh, that particular status that goes into that particular black hole. Okay. So I don't have the permissions. Looks like permission denied. Okay. Uh, okay. So, so let me check. This is root. Root should have the permission. Let me see, which is, oh, sorry, there is a syntax error. That's one. Okay. So now the output goes into this dev and null black hole. So it means my standard output or standard error, it will go into this null, which basically discard my output. So we will not see the output. See, earlier we were able to see the output, but now we are not able to see the output. So now this will be helpful, right? Which basically helps me to check whether my status is true or not, right? Means whether I'm able to ping it or not. my ping is successful or not, my execution, my last command is successful or not. So let us now try with our example. So now if I say network.sh, so I'm having this host.sh file. So what I'm writing here, I want to put a conditional statement because it is a command. So I don't need the square brackets or the parentheses. So I want to send some packages. For example, I want to send only one package to uh, that particular address, which is my host address. So $host, right? And I don't want to see the output, or I don't want that output is to be considered. So I will use /dev/null. Okay. So if this command get executed successfully, then $? Returns 0. If not, it will return non-zero value. So I will say then echo internet is up. Else echo internet is down. Right? Right. Now what I will do, I will execute this. So internet is up because I'm able to ping that. Okay. So this way means, again, this is a network related thing, very helpful for the system administrator. You are unable to connect to your network. So I'm giving I have given that this IP address. It can be any IP address. Okay. So say if I say 192, so this, I'm not able to ping this, right? So now if I run this, now it is saying, because it is unable to ping to that, so it will return the else part, right? So it returns the else part. In my case, I have written that internet is down because I was checking Google's IP address. Is it clear up till here? Any question? All right.
Raman, just one question, not on this part. The parenthesis, right? For that integer and integer comparison. So that is, can you open that file that you have created? Just wanted to. Yeah. So see, in the third line, integer comparison with square brackets, right? Not the second. You've used a square bracket and you used a variable to compare if A is less than B, right? But similarly, the last one, where you've just you also doing the same comparison, A is greater than B, right? So do
That
we?
is a
But
C level, C language level. Means if you, for example, you are coming from the C or C++ language background and you're not comfortable with this syntax and you want to do the numeric comparison, then you can numeric
okay.
integer comparison, then you can use this
So
also.
both would work. It's just that you've given the shown the options, right? Okay, got
Yes,
it.
yes.
Okay, okay. Then that's all I have. Yeah.
Good. Now, next thing is that same way, if I want to check a particular user exists or not. So for example, if I say ID Raman user exists in my case, so it is it is returning some value. So I want to compare this. So whenever you are writing the if condition, at the end, dollar question mark is getting executed, which checks that this command is executed successfully or not. If it is executed successfully, so like we have used the systemctl, or we have used this, uh, you know, this the previous command, which is ping command, and now user command also. If I want to use and I want to check whether the user exists or not, so I will run this command. If I say ID ABC, so that user does not exist. So if I say dollar question mark, right? So it is saying the error is one. Means that the previous command is not executed successfully. If it is zero, then it is executed successfully. So now we'll create one user dot sh file. So again, as I mentioned on the top, it's better to use the shebang, which is /bin/bash. In our case, it is not required because we are using the bash terminal only, but it's better to make a practice of this. Now, what I want to do, I want to enter a user and I want to check whether that user exists or not. So yesterday I told you the read statement, how you can use it. Here you can enter the username, right? And you can use the variable name, say user. Now, I want to run a command. So I'll say if, and I need to run ID command, and I want to execute it on the dollar user variable. Whatever the output is coming, I want to discard that output. So I will put it under dev and null directory. Then I want to say echo. If the status is 0, then echo the user exists. Else echo dollar user does not exist. Right? So no. So to user.sh, and if I say /user.sh, so username, if I enter Raman, so Raman exists. If I enter ABC, so that does not exist. So this way you can also do the user management, right? You can validate the user before creating that user. So for example, you are creating a user and you are saying, if user does not exist, then create it. Otherwise, unnecessarily, it will give the error. Right? We will see some more commands. Now, you are an administrator and you want to check if the disk usage is greater than 90%, then, you know, then send an email or just a warning message, something. Okay, you want to perform certain action. So checking the disk usage. So we use df command, right, for the disk, right? And if I say under root, so it gives me all these columns. So you can see the use is 22%. Okay, so use is 22%. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth column with the percentage. So what I want to do, if sometimes it returns multiple lines, so I want to take the last line. So I will say tail minus 1. So tail minus 1 means it will return the last line. So in our case, there is only one line. So I'm returning the last line. Now I want to extract the column number 5. So I will say awk command. So this command basically uh, returns the column. So in this column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth column. So I'll say print column number 5. Okay. So it will, okay, sorry. That single quote was not closed. So it is returning 22%, but I need 22 number only. So what I'm doing here, one more pipe symbol. See the use of the pipe symbol. So I want to replace a string, which is my percentage string, with space or without any value. That is to be totally removed. So I want to remove this. Enter. So now it is returning 22. So my main objective of this command, so this is the command. So this command will return me a value which is 22, which is nothing but it is the total used uh, space. So this command I will take and I will put it into my script, and then I will check whether my disk usage is more than a particular threshold value. If it is so, then then you know then take the action, some warning message or something you want to do. So let us create that nano disk usage dot sh file. So again, you can use shebang. Now I'm not using, but so you can put that condition like if condition we have used without any brackets. But if you want to keep this output of this into a numeric variable, that also you can do. For example, if I say disk usage equals to, or you can say disk underscore usage equals to. If you want to run a command, yesterday I have shown you that you need to use the bracket, and within the bracket you need to put that value, right? So that command which I have executed there, so I kept it into this bracket. So this will return the disk usage. Now this disk usage, if it is greater than a particular value, so now I cannot use disk without square brackets. I need to use the square brackets here because now it is a variable dollar and disk underscore usage, right? It is greater than equals to 90. So it means there is a warning. So I will say that there is a then then fi. So if I say this is echo the warning, so criticality is high. Okay, or disk usage criticality is high. But if you want to put some other conditions, so you can say else if. Now you can say dollar disk underscore usage. You need to give a space here. right, is greater than equals to say 70 or 75, then echo. So you can put something, this usage is high usage. Else I'll say echo disk usage is normal. Okay. So let me save this. So now let me give the if I say so, oh, something wrong. Line number
I
name.
think you closing the bracket was not done, was it? Like this warning criticality, spelling, and here you have given double quotes
Oh
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
single
All right.
quotes.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah. So right. So now you can see the disk usage is normal. Right. So again, this is a system admin level of example where we are uh, where we are basically checking the disk usage, and if the disk usage is high or low, so you can take the appropriate action. We'll take one more example, and I would suggest that you can try by yourself. So all that examples which I am executing, it is right here, right? All everything I have explained. This is the disk usage. See, same command. Okay. Now, this is service is running on now. Now let us see this backup script example. So in this case, what I want to do, I want to take a backup of my some files or some directories. So what I'm doing here, I'm just checking, is there a directory under root backup directory or not? In the today, I'm storing the date so that I can, store my backup with a date and time. Minus D command is used to check directory. Minus F to check the file. Minus F to file and minus D for directory. So here what I'm saying, it is checking whether the backup directory exists or not. If it exists, then it is creating a tar file. Tar file, or zip file, So tar command is basically used to C means create. Here C means create, Z means zip, F means file. So it will create a zip file, and the name of zip file under this folder, because I'm using $backup directory folder. Create this file with the today. Today is what? Today is this date and time, right? Under etc folder. And it will say backup is completed successfully. Whereas if this directory does not exist, then this condition will be failed, and it will come to this particular else part, and it will create a directory. See, mkdir minus p. Minus p I have discussed yesterday. That is for making the parent directories if required. If it does not exist, then it is creating this directory first and then doing the same thing, means zipping that file. Is this example clear to you, both of you?
Yes, Sunil.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So this example you need to try by yourself. Okay. And I would say that you just try this by yourself by just, uh, you know, writing that code by yourself without reference first. Because when you make the mistake, then you will learn the things uh, from these examples. This we have already discussed, right? So, so that is a brief discussion on the conditional statements. Let us see some more use cases. Test, right? So now the test command is uh, test command and the square brackets are used to evaluate your conditions in the shell script, such as checking the numbers, string, etc. Right? So you can put something like test condition or square brackets or so we were using this instead of writing test, we were using this. Right? So like we can use something like this $age is greater than equals to 18. We have already discussed these kind of examples. These are another set of examples. So we will be using, means if you see somewhere test, so don't be surprised. It is the replacement of this square brackets. Now, string comparison, we can use equals to, we can use double equals to, we can use not equals to. If you want to check a string is empty or not, you use -z option. If the string is not empty, then you are using -n, which is for the not empty. For example, this is one comparison operator. Right? Now, file related test. If you want to check a file exists or not, so you can use -e option. Okay. Again, I have discussed uh, a good amount of examples. Now, this will be your homework. You need to try by yourself. See, -e for file exist, -f for the regular file, -d for directory exists, -r to check whether it is a readable file or not, whether it's a writable for -w, -x for the executable. For example, if I run this command that if -f $file, it means if this file exists, then you are saying that file exists and it is a regular file. And if you want to check -e means a file exists, so -e also you can use either of this. Now, these operators we have already discussed, -a for and, -o for or, exclamation for negation, means if file not equals to, if you put, then it will be the opposite of this conditional statement. As I mentioned, you can use test also wherever you can see these kind of statement. For example, here it is if test number is equals to 10. So you need not to use square brackets. So you can use this. Right? Now, let us take a special file, which is the syslog file. So this is the system log file. You want to check whether this file exists, not a regular file. So you use if -e, this file exists or not. If you use exclamation here, the file, it will say file does not exist. Next one is check if directory exists or not. So -t, exclamation not exist. Okay. So you want to check this script is executable or not, -x. So if it is not having the executable permission, then you can give the execute permission. So I believe these examples you can try by yourself. And if you face any issue during execution of this script, you just drop a message to me, okay? And I will check that. Means I will correct your script. So in the conditional statement, we have already discussed, but just a revision of that. If you want to compare the number, if you want to compare the strings, which we have already discussed. You want to compare the files, right? Combining the conditions. So that is all about the conditional statement. Any question related to this? Praveen, Fatima?
No, we'll go through once again this today and we'll try to execute. And if at all we have anything, will ping
Right,
you.
right. So, okay, so I would suggest that today we will discuss up till here because we have discussed a lot of examples, system admin related examples, conditional statement. In next lecture, we will see some more control structured statements like loops, case statements, right? And we will proceed uh, accordingly further. Okay. And in next from next week, if you want to connect little early, like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, you can just let me know so we can connect early also.
Sure, Raman.
Sure.
All right. So let's wind up today's session here and we will meet next week. Thank you.
Thanks, Raman. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you.